Hi, everyone. Welcome to Living Hypnotically. I'm Erica Flint, your host, professional hypnotherapist and accredited hypnotherapy instructor. Living Hypnotically, better living with hypnosis, where we explore hypnosis and the application of hypnosis from professional hypnotists. And today I have Catherine Witt with me. And Catherine, I just can't wait to dive in and ask her a whole bunch of questions about becoming a professional hypnotist. Hello, Catherine. Great to have you here today.
Hi, Erica. It's so nice to see you.
Awesome. Awesome. So can you tell everyone, how did you get started in hypnosis? What really got you thinking, hey, I should be a hypnotist?
Well, when I was a little, 12-year-old child, I thought I wanted to be a drama therapist. That was my idea.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I know. And so fast forward, because I know I love, dealing with things on a really more deep psychological level. I also love
Right.
storytelling. I love the aspect of how our stories heal ourselves,
Oh,
the way we tell
yes.
our stories, which is what the sort of backbone of drama is. Theater
Mhm.
is that the human story. And so I actually then became a teacher. So
Oh, okay. Okay.
like
Mhm.
I decided teaching would also be pretty exciting.
Yeah.
And it was, but I always wanted to kind of dive deeper. And then a few personal things happened in my own therapy life, my own sort of soul's growth, I
Yep.
guess, if you will. And then I came to discover you guys at Cascade Hypnosis and got trained. And I realized, oh my gosh, this is drama therapy. This is
Yeah.
close to drama therapy as, it was kind of part of what I've always been imagining,
Wow.
helping people through their stories and the characters of their stories and the journey, the hero's journey, basically
Love
along
it.
the backbone of a story. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that about you. That's fantastic. And we do a lot of storytelling in hypnosis, right? I mean, a
Mm.
lot of our clients are coming and telling us the same old story, and we want to give them a new ending or a
Oh,
new
yes,
way of looking at their story.
exactly. That's right. A new subplot, a new path to turn down. Like,
Right.
yeah, a new way of being, looking at it. Yeah.
I love it. I think that's fantastic. So good job to your younger self coming up with such a good and cool idea.
Thank
So
you.
how long have you been a hypnotist, a professional hypnotist?
Is it 4 years, 4.5 years? Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
great.
I
That's
know.
great.
I believe
So
it.
what did you think about hypnosis before you became a hypnotist that we all have these ideas about what hypnosis really is. And I'm just curious, what ideas did you have about hypnosis before you became a hypnotist?
Well, when I was 12, around that same time when I was deciding what to do, I actually was part of a stage hypnosis experience.
Oh,
I went up
okay.
on a fair,
Yeah.
and I just thought it was really powerful how you can be so suggestible. You can get your
Yeah.
mind into a state that you're just like, sure, I will do anything. I've come to learn that there's definitely people have their own boundaries, of course, and obviously they don't do it if they
Right.
really are against it. But like as long as it's fun and and interesting, you can take that trip. Like you can
Yeah.
agree to go on that trip with someone. And so I just found it really fascinating. And the fact that I was so into it, like in that
Yeah.
stage show, I was 100% focused on whatever we were doing. And I thought,
Yeah.
that is a powerful instrument here,
Yes, it
that is
is.
allowing everybody to do that. So I was always fascinated. So yeah, what was the question again?
Yeah. What did you think about hypnosis
Oh, so
beforehand? I didn't know you had a experience when you were
right.
younger.
So I just thought it was this amazing instrument in your mind. And then
Mhm.
also when I was in college, I read a book called The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. Totally
Mhm.
changed my life because again, I was harnessing that power
Yeah.
by like planting suggestions, planting ideas, and then watching them come to fruition and play out. I was like, wow, this really is something here. This really works. So
Beautiful.
yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. And we know that stage hypnosis works and it's actually hypnosis, but the intention normally is entertainment, right? The intention isn't really to alleviate suffering from the people in the crowd. But what I love about stage hypnosis is it opens people's eyes and minds and hearts to the possibility, because if you can have that type of experience up on stage in front of all of these people, what else might you be able to do? How about the powerful stuff that you might want to change in your life?
That's the question.
Yeah, yeah, good. So you've been a hypnotist for a little over 4 years. Has it changed for you? Like when you were a hypnotist at the beginning and now you've been doing it for 4 years, like how has that changed for you?
Well, I think I'm more cool with it. Like,
Yep.
I mean, I remember my very first couple clients, like I
Mhm.
was just so stoked
Yeah.
the way, you know, that Five Path has this methodology, you know, that can
Mhm.
allow us to work with people right away and that, you know, and get changes, like empower people,
From your
free.
first client, from your first client. And
I mean,
I love that about Five Path too. It helps us be successful immediately because of the structure.
and deeply, you know, like really freeing people from old patterns, like
Right.
empowering people to create new, you know, actions and powers and patterns in their life, you know.
Well, what was that like, your first couple of clients? You know, you're excited and they're getting results, right?
They're getting results, they're quitting smoking, they're,
Mhm.
you know, getting along better with their spouse. And it's, what was it like? I mean, I just was so stoked. And I still am, like I still have that feeling of excitement
Yeah.
when clients get results, you know,
Yeah.
and we can just make clients' lives better. Yeah, it was so thrilling. It was that feeling of here, I'm here. You know, this is what I was,
Oh, I've arrived. Yeah.
you
Uh,
know,
yeah. Good. Good.
I'm
Good.
doing it.
Good.
I should have been doing, or I mean, I don't say should, but everything I've done has been, I've, you know, come together for a reason. But like, I am at the place where I have really
You
wanted to
should
be.
be
Yeah.
good. Yeah. I
Mhm.
remember when I first started doing hypnosis, I thought, man, I wish I would have been doing this earlier. I found what I really want to do. And geez, maybe I should have started out doing this. Right. And then I
Yeah.
realized that it's my life experience and all of the work that I
Yeah.
did as a software engineer and in corporate America that really served me as a professional hypnotist. Yeah, I wish I did it earlier, but at the same time, it wouldn't have been the same if I had,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So who do you like to help? Who's maybe some of your favorite issues to resolve, or maybe something that you really like to help with?
I like helping with, you know, and it's sort of a reluctant thing, but I feel like I get a lot of progress with people who have underlying resentment and anger issues.
Oh,
Um, you know, maybe that's
wow.
my own personal life, you know, I don't
Mhm.
know. But yeah, like when I have people who are like, I can't be at a family party and
Okay.
they work with me, and then this is my client success story that I was thinking of
Mhm.
too. Anyways, that and then they can't be at a family party, and then they work with me for a while, and then they find that they are at peace around
Mhm.
these people, that they
Yeah.
can handle their own thoughts and imaginings and feelings around it.
Yeah.
Like, wow,
So now they can go to the family event?
that is, yeah, they can.
Yeah.
It's huge. They can find, and they can find that sense of peace and inner center and spirit within themselves, and
Mhm.
anywhere. Like it
Beautiful.
just, that stuff just doesn't, you know, I like to, you know, the tail's not wagging the dog, you know,
Oh,
anymore.
yeah. Yeah. So what do you think's really happening with those folks that have that deep-seated anger, and the work you do with them? What's really going on inside that's giving them that peace?
Well, I think where the anger comes from is a sense of injustice, a sense of
Okay.
not being heard
Yeah.
either, or being neglected, or being maybe abused. and, breached somehow, boundaries breached, but not knowing how to face it and handle that.
Okay.
And by working with me, it's just they have this ability to find compassion for their own self,
Oh.
to hold that part of themselves that wasn't seen or that was
Mhm.
abused, and have compassion for that part. That
Beautiful. So your client in some sense is coming back and providing the resources or the needs that were missed in that first time around. And there's a lot of learning that comes from that. And so it's almost like we
yeah,
go back and we serve ourselves to some degree in our minds and
right.
resolve some of those issues. And as we resolve some of those issues, we get the insight, we get the compassion, we get the wisdom, knowing how we would do it differently in the future,
Yeah,
removing our limiting beliefs, all of that stuff. So fantastic. That sounds
right.
amazing. Yeah.
It just opens up a different way to look at it. If you find compassion for some hurts that you've received, and you
Yep.
have compassion from me and from yourself, then you no longer have to blame. Like when it's like you kind of can not have to project all of this negativity onto the other people.
So you're not sitting there judging, assigning blame or responsibility, and constantly keeping track of who owes what to me and who did wrong to me, and keeping like this ongoing track of fairness and, respect or something in our lives.
Right, it's all
Yeah.
inside, like you're taking care of it.
Very good. Very
Yeah.
good. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Mhm.
So how about you? Do you live hypnotically? Do you incorporate hypnosis into your everyday?
Absolutely, Erica. I mean, I don't
Mhm.
know what I ever did without it. Well, actually, I do know. I mean, I had coping mechanisms. Like I used
Mhm.
to smoke. I used to, binge eat. Now I do know what I used to do, but now I live hypnotically. I just really love my hypnosis, and I do it like at least 3 to 5 times a week, usually.
Mhm. And what do you
Um,
actually do? Do you sit down kind of formally and do like a self hypnosis, or can you walk us through what you actually do?
you know what? I think I like a lot of novelty.
Mhm.
So I'll do different things. Like
Okay.
sometimes I will sit down and just close my eyes and just breathe deeply and connect to the spirit until I'm getting to this place where my body isn't sort of like edgy or just like stressed
Settled.
anymore. Yeah, till
Yeah.
it's settled. And then I will do like sort of mantra
Yeah.
hypnosis like we do.
Yeah.
That's the hypnosis process where I'll say things and then listen and, have this
Nice.
experience. It's usually a dynamic experience too that I like to have.
Mm.
Sometimes I will listen to music and float like in a hot tub. Um,
Ooh. Uh-huh.
yeah, till I get there. But it's not quite as dynamic or emotional. It's just more of a really physical,
Yeah. It
calm.
sounds like you're really present, right? You're really
Yes.
present in the moment. You're not worrying about the future. You're not thinking about the past. You're just really there.
Yeah, that's
Awesome.
beautiful, isn't it? And
Yeah.
then sometimes I actually like to walk because sometimes I just need my body to move.
Yeah.
And as soon as my feet sort of hit the ground, like I'm going for a walk, I just get into this meditative state. Like I just feel really focused again on that center, and I'm able to process thoughts and feelings and witnessing kind of myself. So,
Beautiful. And you do that 3 to 5 days or 3 to 5 times a week?
oh yeah.
Okay,
And I know it's
good.
kind of like now it's a habit like exercise. I know if I don't do it, then I start feeling kind of like
Yeah.
just on edge or whatever.
Yeah, I like to think about hypnosis as mental floss. And most of us would agree that we like to brush our teeth every day for sure. We don't like those fuzzy sweaters, and there's a reason for it. We don't like the way it feels. Now,
Right.
not everybody flosses, but I think we know we're supposed to floss, right?
Yeah.
And
Right.
so hypnosis, when done regularly, can be like mental floss. We can just get all of the stuff out that we don't want there anymore
Yeah.
and really come back to a place of clarity
Right.
and
Right.
peace and purpose when it's done regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Well, what message do you have for your clients? Let's imagine your clients out there, potential clients are out there listening. What would you like them to know about hypnosis or working with you?
I would like them to know that whatever it is they imagine for themselves and
Yeah.
want for themselves is completely within their realm.
Yeah.
And let's get on it.
Let's get going. Let's get going. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is really fantastic, I think, for us to be using hypnosis and getting results for our clients, because that's really what it's about. It's not really about the hypnosis. Hypnosis is the mode, and getting results for our clients is really, really where it's at. And our clients do come to us for one thing, often fear of driving, maybe TMJ. I've had a recent client come in for TMJ, and we end up working on all sorts of other things. The TMJ was merely the presenting issue, and the real issue was something much more kind of painful underneath the covers, an emotional situation, right?
Yes. Yeah. And that's exactly true too. Like, because I said whatever you want, because sometimes my clients that do really amazingly well don't even
Yeah.
really exactly know what they want. Like sometimes they'll be like, I want to lose weight and then everything's going to be fine. But
Yeah.
then they realize that, yeah, once they start losing weight, there's more to it.
Mhm.
Like there's something else. There's some feelings of unlovability and unworthiness that really need to get addressed and changed around.
Do
You
you
know,
find that that's a big part of your work, kind of shifting that, the belief on I'm not good enough or I'm not lovable, or is that a core part of the work you do?
heck yes.
Mhm.
Heck
That's what I find too. It's a big part of our work is
yeah.
shifting that belief. There's nothing wrong with you. This is the way that brain works. The brains work.
I mean,
Yeah.
Erica, that's what I really am drawn to you about. And is just that this, how key it is that people understand that there is nothing wrong with them. And we do live in this society, not to go off too much on a political tangent, but the advertising kind of industry is all about telling us you're not okay.
Yep.
You're
You need to have this
pick
to
up
be
this,
happy.
whatever.
Yeah.
And we're hypnotized by that, very hypnotized. That's why we go buy our mascara. That's why we go,
Yeah.
it's just because we're hypnotized by that industry.
Yeah.
And so then but we all know there's so much more to life than that. And that the more you kind of dig in and wade through how those beliefs are affecting you,
Yeah.
or you can actually find this place where you're just like, yeah, I am okay,
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
I'm here and I exist, I'm present,
Mhm.
and I'm with you. And I can interact with you on this level that is so much more meaningful, really, once you get rid of all that other sort of
Right.
around it.
And we get rid of, our clients get rid of that. And then it's so much easier for them to not eat when they're not hungry, and to not drink because they don't want to. Because, a lot of our clients, and us included, we have that coping strategy, and it becomes a habit, and we're kind of mindless robots to that coping strategy. And with hypnosis, we get that pause, right?
Yeah.
We get that moment where we could say, oh, actually, I actually do not want this bowl of chips. I might think I do in this moment because it might taste good. I might get some dopamine, but I know, and this would be with really good hypnotic work, I know that ultimately I will have guilty residue and feel bad about eating that. And so our clients are able to make a better decision in the moment and feel good about it. So they could say no to the chips and feel good about saying no to the chips because they are empowered and they are living toward the life that they actually want to live.
Yeah. They get that
Yeah.
pause.
Yeah, they
They get
get the
that
pause.
pause. And
Good.
the pause is where everything is, right?
It is. You don't get the knee-jerk reaction. So when we can stay calm and
Mhm.
stay associated to the smartest part of us, prefrontal cortex, get connected to our heart, we
Mhm.
make better decisions. And that's part of really good hypnosis. Our clients are practicing self-hypnosis, and they're getting in alignment and dropping into their heart
Yeah.
and getting deeper answers all the time.
Because if you're always connected to, if you're like, let's say a robot, just for the sake of the metaphor, like if you're getting tapped into this other information, and you're just doing
Yep.
your thing over and over. Some say like up to 80% of our actions are subconsciously
Yep.
programmed. We're just doing them. So if you're able to unplug from that and then plug into, what is it, your heart,
Yeah.
to your, your source, all of these things, you're going to have greater access to create new programs for yourself.
Exactly. And you'll have more moments of joy and bliss and peace throughout your day because you won't be racing toward the next thing or looking toward the next thing. You will have those moments of pure presence and joy that just drop in only when we're paying attention, right? So it's like you walk outside and maybe a rain had just stopped and maybe you just raced to your car. But on this day, because you did hypnosis, you take it a little bit more slowly and you notice the raindrops hanging off the leaf right in front of you. And as you get closer, you see the entire world reflected around you. And you're
Right.
like, oh my gosh, this raindrop. Hey, have you guys seen this raindrop? And everybody's walking by. It's a raindrop, right? But we have the ability to look at a raindrop and see the entire universe in that raindrop.
Exactly.
And then we get to help our clients have that same type of experience.
So that is precisely, and I have had clients tell me that. Like I had this one young man who's so sweet, such a sweet young man, but he had so much on his plate with being a young father and trying to be a husband, trying to take care of all these people, also having these habits, of marijuana and pornography and all these things. And he knew that it was clamping down his life. Anyways, we did some wonderful, beautiful work together where he really opened up and connected to his heart. And he became more free to be the man that he really wanted to be, of integrity. And he got accepted into the military and is doing all these great things.
Wow.
But also he told me that, like, he said, I'm noticing flowers. Like the intricacies.
Oh man. And those little comments mean so much. I mean, don't overlook stuff like that. That's a whole new perspective he's sharing with you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, good for him. Congratulations to your client and to Hypnosis, and good job, Catherine.
Yeah. So beautiful. Yeah.
Good. Well, is there anything else you'd like to share about hypnosis?
Oh, I also would like to share about hypnosis. I just think it's an answer to our times. It's an answer to polarization in our world.
You just blew my mind.
Yeah.
Seriously, thank you. That is such a beautiful phrase.
Yeah, good.
Yep.
And it's a connector. It connects us to ourselves and then allows us therefore to connect better.
Yeah.
People, it's an answer to feeling not good enough.
Yeah.
And it's an answer to getting on track, right? And dealing with our fears. I mean, we all do. I'm sure you do, and I do too. Like things where, you're just not in the habit of doing this thing you want to do, this new thing. And just realizing that all you need to do is do it for 5 minutes a day to begin with, maybe. And then you start getting this habit and you're like, okay, I can do it.
It's the rule of consistency, right? It's not that you have to dive in and do it an hour every day. And a lot of people, when they start something new, they really go for it and they dive in and they feel like they have to do it an hour a day or really intensely. And it's hard to keep up with that. Where we find in hypnosis is the consistency, a little bit every day, a little bit every day, a little bit every day, which is what you're saying is much more effective for the brain.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And doing those sessions of hypnosis help us stay with that, keep our focus on that's what we're after.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Catherine. How can people find you and get in contact with you to do hypnosis sessions with you?
Well, I contract through Cascade Hypnosis Center, and also, I have my phone number, I have my website, Catherine Witt hypnotherapy.com.
CatherineWittHypnotherapy.com. Okay. Or at CascadeHypnosisCenter.com. You've been lovingly working with us for quite some time, and we really appreciate it, Catherine. You've helped so many people. So
Yeah.
thank you. Anything else you'd like to share?
I don't think so, Erica. That's
All right.
good. Yeah.
All right, very good. Well, for all of our listeners and fans out there, thank you so much for joining today. And thank you, Catherine Witt, for being here and all of the love and heart that you've put into your practice, starting from, when you were little and wanting the drama therapy. I mean, how brilliant are we when we are little? I mean, that's just such a beautiful story. So thanks for all of the great work that you do, Catherine. I'm Erica Flint. You can find me at CascadeHypnosisTraining.com. And I hope you have a wonderful day living hypnotically. Bye for now.
Bye.